if you are like really serious about changing your life and starting to live the life that you know you deserve and have always wanted to live, I would highly recommend this. Hello, we are back. This is part 2 of how to start living your dream life. In the last video, we talked about perception, self-limiting beliefs, and building a schedule. And in this video, we are going to talk about what you consume and how it affects you, as well as your self-concept and how to change your self-concept so that you can live the life that you know you are meant to live. I want to share this quote that I saw because I remember when I saw it, I thought about it for probably a month, and I still think about it today. So I want to share with you guys, and keep this in mind as you watch the video. Watch your thoughts, they become words. Watch your words, they become your action. Watch your actions, they become habits. Watch your habits, they become your character. Watch your character, it becomes your destiny. I love this quote because there's a big theme around all of these videos, and it is your thoughts. Your thoughts control your life. What you think about is what you become. And that is why I am so excited to make today's video, because let me tell you, I've had some major changes in my life by changing these things. And before I did, and before I saw someone else's idea of like, hey, this might be affecting you that way, I had no idea. So yes, I'm gonna bring you guys into the know if you don't already know these things, because I didn't know them, and then once I knew them, I was like, wait a second, that makes so much sense, and I'm gonna change because I don't want that. The first part, we're gonna talk about what you consume. Not just physically like food and stuff, although that is very important, and I will for sure make a video about that if you guys want. I'm a little bit of a health nut. I've been this way for a long time, but it's because I studied so much on health and was really into like the health podcast, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, this makes sense. And once I understand something, it's like my mind expands and I never go back. So I think, you know, why would I to eating a certain way knowing that it literally will make me feel worse? Like scientifically, it will make me feel worse. But I will just give you guys one tip today on actual physical consumption. For me, the biggest thing is to avoid white sugar and seed oils. I cannot tell you how much this has impacted my life. As soon as I stopped eating white sugar and seed oils, I felt so much better. I was so less bloated. My face used to be like puffy all the time. And once I cut out those two things, it like completely changed. The reason for that is because those two things are highly inflammatory. And so that's why, you know, sometimes you eat something and you feel super bloated or uncomfortable. It could be because it has one of those two things. And yeah, also if you need help with this, I would highly suggest downloading the Bobby Approved app. I literally used this for so long until I knew the foods that like I enjoy. Now I don't have to use it. But when I was first starting out, I would scan all my food because it will tell you if it's Bobby approved or not. And he also avoids white sugar and seed oil. So then, you know, that's just like physical consumption. We're not gonna make the whole video about that today, but I just wanted to share a little something for that. Now let's get into everything else that you consume. Here's a story. I used to listen to a lot of rap music. I don't know what it was. I loved rap music. I listened to it all the time. I also always felt a little timid, on edge. If something happened, I got very upset. It literally made me more of a spiteful person. And then one day I was watching a podcast and someone said that, you know, music has a really big impact on how we think. So if you're listening to rap music and it's super aggressive and angry and being like revengeful, you're gonna start thinking that way. As soon as I saw that, and I think that was like 2.5 years ago, I stopped listening to that. And I can tell you, I never get upset anymore. Like, I mean, there's times where like, you know, I feel a certain way, but I never get upset. I don't feel anger. I don't feel resentment. I don't feel spite. Like, I don't have those feelings. And I realized a large part of that was as soon as I decided I'm not gonna listen to rap music anymore because it is having a negative impact on my life. Like, that is how important the things we consume is on us. Another thing that I changed was my social media. I've seen so many people recommend this, and let me tell you, it is true. Social media can be very toxic. You can get stuck in comparing yourself to other people and feeling bad about yourself. But here's the thing, is that your social media is yours. You choose who you follow. And for me personally, one day I just decided, you know what? There's a lot of people I don't need to follow. There's a lot of things that I don't need to follow. I don't need to follow celebrities. I don't need to follow things that are making me feel bad about myself. And instead, I'm gonna follow people that inspire me, that have uplifting messages, posts that are educational. And now I'm gonna be honest, I don't really spend a ton of time on social media because I don't know, I got bored. Like, to be honest, I know that's like so weird because it's supposed to make us like addicted, but there was a point where I just got bored. And I actually think that that point was when I started to read, because I got so much more interested in reading that social media just wasn't doing it for me anymore. Like, I wasn't getting the dopamine anymore. But even today, when I do go on social media, I see majority posts of people's ideas, people that I listen to that I think have a really great outlook on life, business ideas, health, fitness, all this stuff. My feed is very, very, very educational. And then there is some real estate in there because I do like looking at people's projects. I'm a very artistic person, which is weird because I did numbers in school. I studied finance, but in my core, I'm a very artistic person. So I love seeing new ideas. Anyway, here's the thing, like, we spend so much time on social media, and I'm not saying like you do or I do, because I don't really spend that much time and you might not spend that much time, but you probably go on it every once in a while if you do have it, and you can make it a very pleasant experience. Like, you can make it an experience where you leave feeling inspired. And if you're thinking, but if I unfollow this person, they're gonna think that, I mean, honestly, if they say anything, just be like, hey, like, you know, I didn't unfollow you because I was mad at you. You know, we don't really talk anymore and there's no hard feelings. I just, yeah, like, I don't know, like, you just get around it and you just tell them like, hey, like, it wasn't anything personal. I just kind of was going through what I was following, and I actually want to follow more educational posts or more business posts and kind of have that be my social media. Like, if you haven't seen someone in 5 years and you don't talk at all and you unfollow them and they get upset, I don't really know what to say to that, to be honest, because people unfollow me and I don't feel upset. I'm like, well, we haven't talked in 3 years. Like, I don't expect you to keep following me. But yeah, this is what I'd recommend for social media, is like really go through your social media and see what makes you feel good and what makes you feel bad. And everything that makes you feel bad, cut it. Get rid of it, unfollow, mute, whatever you need to do, just get it out of there and replace it with things that are inspiring and make you feel good. I saw a girl on YouTube who said that when she goes on TikTok, that she has this like folder, and I have this folder now too, because I was like, that is such a good idea. And it's just like a ton of inspirational things, you know, because sometimes people feel like scrolling. Sometimes I feel like scrolling. But if you scroll through things that are very like inspiring, then you might scroll for a few minutes and you're like, okay, that's it. We're gonna do what we were planning to do today, because that's the message you're getting. Another thing is the movies and shows and all of that stuff that you watch. I tend to only watch movies and shows that have a deep meaning, that I'm going to learn something from, that have like a punchline story. And I watch a lot of older stuff because I just love it. I don't watch things mindlessly. You know, like when I watch something, I want to leave there understanding what the writer was trying to persuade. Some people say I take life too seriously. That might be true, but you know what? This is what works for me. I choose to watch things that I feel like are expanding my brain. And there's a lot of junk food shows out there, like reality TV. I cannot stand reality TV. Yeah, I didn't know. It just has no benefits to me. So I think if you want to like watch something that has substance, watch something that has value, watch something that you're gonna learn something from, because when you leave watching it, you feel better. I don't know how to describe it, but you're like, whoa, okay, that's like such an interesting idea. Like, I'm really glad I watched that, instead of I just watched, you know, 10 hours of Love Island and whatever. It's just a ton of drama and gossip. I have no idea. Not trying to hate on, okay, I'm not trying to hate on like Love Island or reality TV. It's just, for me personally, if I watch it, I don't feel great, honestly, afterwards. But I don't know, you know, just, I guess, pick and choose. But I will say, like, everything that we see, everything that we take in does affect us, and it's important to remember that. And lastly, on consumption, I'm going to bring up things that I read. I choose to read nonfiction books because I like learning about real ideas and things that are happening. But honestly, I think any type of reading is great. To be completely honest, reading is such a good thing. I don't think I could say it enough. If you're not reading right now, I would try reading like 1 page a day, because reading is amazing. You know, like, we've learned everything through stories, and when you read stories, and when you read stories, you might start writing. And writing, as I've mentioned before, is also one of the best things ever, because if you can't write clearly, you can't think clearly. I remember seeing that somewhere and I was like, that is so true. I think the thing is that everything is through stories. Like, we learn everything through stories, right? It's good to practice miss those things, even though they're older and probably less enticing now that we have so many media things going on. Also, what you choose to read. Like I said, I like to read a lot of nonfiction. I like to read about people's lives. I like to read about ideas. I love self-help books because I was feeling very not good for a while, and those self-help books literally changed my life. Like, I will not lie, they changed my life. And if you read a self-help book and you're like, okay, this feels good, write it down and make a plan. If you read something and don't change anything, then you didn't really learn anything. That is something I'd recommend, is that read things that make you feel good. And this can help you so much when you're like kind of stuck and you're like, okay, well, I'm thinking about doing this. Get a book on that subject and start to read about it, because once you read about it, it's like your mind just expands and you have all these new ideas. It's the most wonderful thing. And I'm just gonna slightly touch on this one because I'm gonna make a whole nother video about like relationships, friendships, all that stuff. It's actually the next video, so stay tuned. But your conversations are also really important. Like, what are you talking about when you're with people? Because that's also consumption. You're consuming people's ideas and thoughts and their perception of the world. So it's good to get around people who have a positive outlook on life and who have things to talk about. And honestly, I would say stay away from gossip. Gossip is really not good for the soul, but it really does. It doesn't just hurt the person you're talking about, it really hurts you too. And I believe this because, I don't know, nothing good comes of gossip. Like, I think that if you have a problem with someone, you should just go talk to them directly. And talking about that person to another person, I don't know, like, it doesn't feel good. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I've gossiped before, but every time I have, I literally feel sick in my stomach because it doesn't feel good. I don't leave that conversation feeling good. So for me, it's like, I love to talk to people who like to talk about, you know, things in their life and their day and things that they've seen or done, and just like very inspiring and positive conversations. And yes, that is very important, but we will talk about that more next video. To sum up this section, because now we're gonna move into your self-concept, what you consume matters so much, because what you think about, you become. And if you're consuming things that are not making you feel good, that are making you feel defeated, limited, you know what they say, comparison is the thief of joy, it's really important to change that, because it really does affect your life. And I think at first it might be a little boring or uncomfortable, but as time goes on, you'll realize this really did help change the way I think and have a more positive outlook and feel more inspired and all of those wonderful things. Take an audit of your life. Take an audit of what you're consuming and really think, is this adding value? Is this making me feel good? Or is this making me feel bad? And then if it's making you not feel good, change it. Take it away and replace it with something good. Self-concept. Let's get into this one, because this one is also a very important thing, and I have something in my eye. Okay, that is not what I was gonna say, but I'm very excited to talk about it. For this part, I'm going to give you guys an activity because this really helped me with my self-concept. Write down your self-concept today. Write down how you feel today, what you're doing today. Write it all out and really tone into how you feel. Are you feeling good? Are you not feeling good? Are you feeling like you're procrastinating? Write everything down about what is your self-concept today. Now that you have that, write down the self-concept of your highest self. And we're gonna get our laptop because I wrote questions down for you guys. We have our laptop, so I am gonna look down. I am not trying to not look at you guys. I can't remember all the questions, to be honest. So think about your highest self, right? And then answer these questions, okay? There's gonna be 12 of them. What time does this person wake up? What is this person's morning routine? Do they go for a walk? Do they work out? Do they meditate? What does this person do in the morning to set them up for the rest of the day? What type of food does this person eat? How does this person feel? Does this person take daily actions towards their goal? And if so, what are those actions? Who does this person hang out with? Very important. What type of music does this person listen to? What does this person spend their free time doing? How does this person interact with other people? What does this person read? Does this person use social media? If so, what type of content do they consume? And lastly, how does this person respond to failure in difficult times? And just a little side note on that last part, talking about failure, I was just listening to an audiobook audiobook this morning. Let's see, what is this audiobook called? The Greatness Mindset, Unlock the Power of Your Mind and Live Your Best Life. I'm currently listening to the chapter about failure and how failure is gonna happen, and instead of viewing it as this like awful thing, view it as a challenge that you're gonna get through. You know, it's like, okay, so this happened and now I'm gonna get through this, and then I'm gonna be able to get through the next thing, because the more that you face failure, the better you come at it. And it's the challenges make you stronger. You know, they make you learn more. I mean, you can choose to learn from all your failures and grow as a person, which is amazing. Now, with all that being said, I'm gonna give you guys 3 things that you can do today to help with all this stuff, and yes, let's get into it. We're out of the writing section, so once you are done writing, I'm gonna move on to another thing that is an action that really helped me and it might help you. Replace negative self-talk with positive affirmations. I know, you probably hear all the time, like affirmations, but they really do help, because the point of doing affirmations is you want to start to change your subconscious. You know, if I think to myself all the time, I'm not good at that, I start to believe that I'm not good at that. So when I replace it with, I'm the type of person who can learn to be good at that, or I am good at that, it changes the way that my subconscious is working, which in return changes the way that I act. And the last one, which I know I mention all the time, but it seriously is one of the most important things when doing all this work, meditation. And I'm gonna share with you guys something. I read this book, Becoming Supernatural by Joe Dispenza. I've mentioned it before, but if you are like really serious about changing your life and starting to live the life that you know you deserve and have always wanted to live, I would highly recommend this. Read Becoming Supernatural and Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. These books really helped me. Like, honestly, I've read a lot of books, but the Becoming Supernatural book, when I read that, I don't know what happened, but something flipped in my brain, and that is when I really started to change, honestly. And I'm gonna get more specific on this type of meditation that I think helped me fix my self-concept. There's 2. There's a morning meditation and a night meditation that is on Apple Music by Joe Dispenza. And I listen to the morning meditation every single morning. Like, I love this meditation, and basically you envision that you already have everything that you're dreaming of, and you pair that with an emotion. So when you do this, what you're doing is you're priming your brain and your body to know that you're the type of person that already has that. When you go through your days, it's again in your subconscious, but because you have the feeling that you already have something, you act as the person who already has it. And that is the power of meditation. I probably am not the best person at explaining this, but reading the books Becoming Supernatural and Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself will make this all make sense. And if you really don't want to read, there's a lot of good podcasts with him where he'll talk about this. That is the type of meditation I would use when you're like really ready to change your self-concept. That is it for this video. Please let me know if you guys have any questions or you'd like me to talk about anything else. And part 3 will be coming up next week, which I'm super excited to make for you guys. Yes, this is it. I hope that this helped in some type of way. These are all things that I have used in my personal life that have helped me, and that is why I'm sharing them with you guys, because I was a very unhappy person for a long time, and I feel like when I discovered it didn't have to be this way, I was like, I need to share this with people. Okay, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and I will see you all very soon. Okay, bye.